what would you, Frank? You've been running a big organization. What would be your requirements from universities? What would you expect universities to deliver from the students? What or future workers?
Two different angles I can take on that. The one is to ensure at all times, but I think that universities do that, to stay relevant. So to really understand what the trends are, the new developments are, and to incorporate them in the curriculum. So that's one point. The other point is also to take account of developments that we see today, and that also speak to changes that we see with Generation Z, which is to provide intermediate steps. We see a lot of students leaving universities here across Europe. And from our point of view, this is an issue that is happening because these kids, I can call them that, don't know what they're actually getting into. They lack the information up front. And then when they're in that situation, they suddenly discover, oops, this isn't for me. And so rather than to be able to make a course correction into another discipline, they basically have to abandon everything that they did up to that point and start over. And this is wrong. This is something that should change.
Cool. Ingmārs, your take.
Well, that's a big question to ask. A little bit building on what Frank said, is one angle is of being relevant. If we take a look at for our particular region, is I think we should two things. One is to support the ability of our society to invest and build a population of competencies that we do not have right now. Like we have this one example we're trying to accomplish with a great support from RTU is answering the question: do we as a country, do we have any role in chip ecosystem? Because the quick answer would be no, of course not. But if you think a little bit deeper, there are many niches and opportunities where you could actually build on. And this is a clear role of, as we see, of Rīgas Tehniskās University, actually, that within 5, 6, 7 years, there would be a population of people who would be able, in rather large numbers, that would be able to participate in the discussion or the industry of making chips. So this is one role, a very strategic role of universities we see. And the other role is probably, and again, in our particular region, is to restart the idea that a significant part of society can become scientists, because this is somewhat a lost dream. Like back in the day, like me myself, I had this idea, but it was completely obvious for me that I will be not able to sustain my family if I become a scientist. So I went somewhat a different road. But today there's many opportunities for young people to actually do science. And this is, I think, rather beautiful, and that's a beautiful maybe mission that can be done by the universities.
You want to add, Tālis?
Well, indeed, if you look at the numbers, that the number of scientists in Latvia per capita is relatively low. I mean, and there's a great opportunities for young students to become researchers at universities, and not only. I think as university, as a science university, what we try to do is we try to integrate the research skills learning within the curriculum, because the science university is not just about using knowledge but creating knowledge, and one way is using science. Maybe there are other ways, I don't know, but obviously if you talk about evidence-based kind of knowledge, then that science is the only way. And it doesn't mean that you have to become a scientist, but the skills what you will learn, tackling difficult problems, finding solution, doing tests and proving it, that would be very useful in your life, even if you work as engineer or the manager.